To be honest, I don't know. It's such a big thing, like to actually look at what it actually look like. You would have to pull back from the stereotypes that we promote in the mass media. You would have to undo like racism, bigotry that says mixing is wrong, or interracial relationships. You know, like all of those things would be applied to it. You know, I don't know.
Well, one, I think it would be really challenging because it's like colorism is like a deep rooted issue.
We need to have the conversation more often so that we understand what colorism actually is and how it affects us as not only individuals but as a community.
I think being open to conversation and knowing that it's like a thing, colorism is like a real thing that happens in the community, and like being aware of it and trying to like talk about it more will help bring the community together.
Colorism definitely affects all people. Like, white people deal with colorism, and they hate on each other with colorism. So let's just note it, number one, that it is a problem that we need to discuss. It's a human problem that we all need to work on, because one of us can work on it, but I mean, you're still gonna have to like be encountered with it. So something that we do all have to work on. It's not just the people of color's responsibility, and it's not just white people's responsibility. So we all have to work on that.
Again, only one race out here, the human race. Other than that, we're just color. We are not chosen our color. So again, to say that, oh, if you're dark skin, you give me this, is not fair at all, because that person has no control over their skin color. You just can't assume because someone's white, they're going to be rich. You just can't assume someone's black, just going to be a rapper. You know, it's just somehow communities got to come together.
Understanding what's on the inside instead of what's on the outside, because I might be dark skinned or something like that, but you can be light skinned and be a worse person than I am, and I don't think that really should play a role in looking at somebody else and thinking that you're better than them or worse or anything like that.
So okay, we've identified that there's a problem, but the first step is to work inward and work on yourself and realize, like, okay, this is an issue of value, and I have to first value myself if I'm going to expect value from any other human on this planet. And I also have to value myself enough, because other people won't value me, and I have to be able to value myself enough to be okay with that.
Really knowing that you have to have tough skin, because I feel like it's going to continuously happen. You can't avoid it. So knowing who you are and believing that who you are, that's you. You're a black person. It doesn't matter what light skin, how they have the color fair, light skin, medium. It doesn't matter about any of that. It's just that that deep down, your ancestors, where they're from, what they look like, who they are, that's in you.
I think one of the ways we can combat it is basically to acknowledge that regardless of skin tone, that like black people come in all ranges of colors. So like there are darker people, there are lighter skinned people, and it's not just, oh, okay, so since you're like we can stop with the little comments, and I think these are like little things that we miss ourselves that we don't realize are actually elements of colorism. But when people say, oh, like, you have the long curly hair, like you have the good hair, I got the nappy hair, or I got the bad hair that I have to dress up, like, that sort of thing.
I think we need to kind of like know more or educate ourselves more about like where we come from, so we can understand that like when it comes down to it, we are of the same family, the same culture, so we should be helping each other instead of trying to like attack each other. It's kind of like real, like one of my biggest pet peeves is like black on black crime. It's very like senseless to me. So I feel like if we're more educated and be more collective with our response, then like we can be very comfortable.
continuously uplifting one another, uplifting the ones who suffer it, more than others, or who may not go through it at all. Probably ask them what happened? How does it make you feel like you're doing now? How does it make you feel? What have you dealt with? And hearing their stories or learning about their childhood or something like that. Because how we said, I was always the lighter skinned one. So it's like going in the grocery store with my mom and dad, and they didn't think like, that's not like their kid. Like, yes, it is. That's me. I'm black.
We need to stop deciding for ourselves that we're all different. Because, I don't need to put this other person on a pedestal just because they're lighter than this person. But we all have to decide that as a community. Like, we can't, give praise to people who are just light-skinned when they don't do anything. Like, realistically, I mean, let's just keep it real. I'm keeping it honest. Like, you have a dark-skinned person who is so talented and does all this shit and has to work extra hard just to be seen over this, like, light-skinned or maybe white person who doesn't have to do much. Like, it's kind of fucked up. So if there's a society where we can all be equal and all on the same playing ground, we wouldn't even have to worry about colorism or words like that even being brought up, because like everybody would be on the same plateau. Like, so I don't know.
Honestly, I think that we should all just bypass our skin tone. I know that there are some people that are racist and they're just always gonna have that mindset because maybe their grandparents taught them to do that or whatever. But I feel like if we just get over the whole light skin and all that, like light skin, dark skin, whatever, I think that we can all come together as one. The first step is to really just love ourselves, love who we are, and energy flows where attention goes. That will create laws of attraction. So if we continue to love ourselves, be around other people who also love themselves, then
it's really sad, but I want to say I don't think the world is going to get there anytime soon. I'd say every day we just try to understand that none of us wanted to be here. None of us could choose our parents. So damn, like, fuck it. If you're light skinned, you're light skinned. If you're dark skinned, you're dark skinned. It doesn't fucking matter. We're all black. Like, we share the same fucking goal. Like, we just gotta survive. Literally, that's the goal. Like, you're black. Remember it. Whatever color you are, mulatto, whatever. Fuck. Okay, you're fine.
Sort of move toward like a place of sounds so cliche, but toward a place of healing. You know what I mean? Like as a people, because there really is no reason to like uphold one like the one spectrum of where at the end of the day, like it's all skin, like it's pigment, and it shouldn't be. I hate to make light of it because I know that like, it really affects people. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't want it to be misconstrued. But that's what I'm doing. But I really feel like that is because it's so surface level. It's something that we can like start now to work on. You know what I'm saying? That's I think that's the easy target, so to speak, in the scheme of things. I think that's a good place to start for us.